And joining me now is legendary Hollywood director Rob Reiner. Rob, great to see you. Your reaction to Will Smith resigning, does that go far enough, do you think?
Well, I mean, you know, the Academy's going to decide whether or not he's banned forever, whether they're going to let him vote. I guess not. Whether or not he can get an Oscar, receive another Oscar. But these things are, you know, who cares? I mean, you know, the only thing that matters here is the fact that one guy hit another guy, and you can't do that. You can't do that. I mean, the golden rule, you know, do unto others. You just don't use violence to settle disputes. It just doesn't happen. So we've had a lot of crazy things happen in the Oscars show over the years. I mean, David Niven was giving an award. A streaker came out, a guy naked. We had Sally Field saying, "You like me, you really like me." We also had Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway announcing the wrong winner. So lots of stuff has happened. But this is the one thing that I think will, I hate to use the expression, trump them all, in that violence. It's violence. Yeah. And it's just, there's just no place for it on a television show, on a street corner, anywhere. I mean, you just don't settle problems that way. And you know, yeah. he said he was sorry, and he should be.
No question about it. I mean, there are so many better ways he could have handled it. He could have walked up and said, you know, Chris, don't insult my wife that way. She has this condition, and this is what it is. I mean, he could have done so many other things besides hit Chris Rock. And what about, before we move on to other things, what about his Oscar for King Richard? Should he get to keep it?
Oh yeah, I mean, that's his work in you know, in a film. That's his artistic achievement in the film. So yeah, fine, let him have an Oscar. But you know, he's not going to be prosecuted, and that would have been the right thing, I think. You know, a guy, he hit somebody, you know, you should hold people accountable for that. But, you know, Chris Rock just said, I'm not going to press charges, so that's fine. It'll go away. And but what won't go away is the fact that it happened. And that will be remembered forever.
No question about it. You know, one more thing I did want to ask you about, because I know you know so many of the folks that are in the audience, but I was just wondering what your reaction was to, you know, Will Smith getting that standing ovation when he received the Oscar. Wanda Sykes commented on this. Let's listen to what she had to say.
For them to let him stay in that room and enjoy the rest of the show and accept his award, I was like, how gross is this? This is just the wrong message. You know, like, you assault somebody, you get escorted out the building, and that's it. We were the host, right? So we were this is our house. We're inviting you in. We're hosts. We're going to take care of y'all tonight. Make sure you have a good time. And no one has apologized to us. And we worked really hard to put that show together. So, yeah, so I'm like,
that's why I'm
like the industry itself. I'm like, what the hell is this?
What do you think, Rob? You agree? What the hell is this?
100% with Wanda Sykes. Everything she said is exactly spot on.
Yeah. I want to ask you about the sad news this week about Bruce Willis. You know, he's an icon. He's a legend in Hollywood. You actually directed him back in the 90s for the movie The Story of Us. He's stepping back from acting as he battles a neurological condition, aphasia, which affects his ability to understand and communicate. Apparently, reportedly, he was having some trouble on movie sets leading up to this. Do you have a favorite memory of working with him? What are your thoughts on this very sad news?
Yeah, no, it is really sad. And Bruce is a good guy, and I've had really good experiences with him. I've enjoyed working with him. I recall, you know, we did an adaptation of Misery, the film I made, Misery, for the stage, and he played the part that James Caan played in the movie. Oh, wow. And I remember that he couldn't. He had to have like an earwig in his ear because he couldn't remember the dialogue, and he had to have the dialogue fed to him. And I found that kind of strange, but I didn't know anything about that. Maybe that was the beginning early on of what he has now. But it is really sad. And, you know, he's a good guy. And, you know, it's just very, very sad.
Very sad. And, you know, our hearts go out to him and his family. It's amazing how his family has rallied around him. People like his ex-wife, Demi Moore. Rob, let me talk to you about stuff that I know you enjoy talking about and you're passionate about. You devoted so many of your years in California to politics. I know you have strong feelings about the January 6th investigation. You were tweeting about this earlier this past week, and you tweeted, Attorney General Merrick Garland, the ball of Donald Trump's criminal attempt to overthrow the United States government is in your court, growing mold and covered in cobwebs. What are Democrats? What's your read on Democrats and how people are losing patience with this investigation? That it's just taking too long. Garland did say yesterday he was asked about this, and the only pressure that he says the Department of Justice feels is to do the right thing and to follow the facts and evidence where they lead. What's your response to that?
Well, I understand the frustration. I myself am frustrated because we saw a president of the United States break laws. We know that laws were broken. So you want to see those prosecuted. So I understand the frustration. But I also understand that the Justice Department was to be, refurbished in a way and have the distance between Biden and the Justice Department. They've kept that distance. And I would like to believe that DOJ Attorney General Garland is crossing every T and dotting every I, because there has never been in the history of this country a former president indicted for federal crimes. So you better be damn sure when you do that, that you're going to be able to convict. You don't want to go down that road. It's a political third rail. It's a hot potato, whatever you want to call it. But I still am holding out hope that he will do that, because you cannot have a democracy if you don't respect the rule of law and the Constitution. So you may have political problems with this, but if you don't prosecute it, you're going to have bigger political problems in that you're going to lose your democracy. That's the fear. And I know that Attorney General Garland is weighing those things very carefully. But I'm hoping at the end of the day, we have to set a signal. You cannot break the law. You cannot try to overturn a fair election. You cannot try to overthrow the government. And if you do, you must be prosecuted. So let's see. We know what's out there. We know what's happened. Let's see if he will ultimately prosecute.